Coronavirus is the name of a deadly virus. Millions of people are dying today by spreading this virus for the benefit of a country, and plans to raise billions of dollars through conspiracies to boost its own economy by breaking world economic standards. Today, I will try to give you 20 facts and prove that coronavirus is a tool of conspiracy in a country. You will find out for yourself whether there is a similarity between words and deeds. So let's start the video. Before starting the video, there will be a request that if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon next to it. China is what we know as the secret country. He thought that in the next 10 years, it will be recognized as the number one country in the world. That thought or dream was watered down by US President Donald Trump. He has passed a new act which is being named Taiwan Alice International Protection and Image Initiative Act. Under the act, the United States will not recognize China in the One China policy, and the United States will treat Taiwan as a separated country, and by implementing this policy, America will bring a big economic blow to China. As a result of their diplomatic application, the United States will separate Taiwan from China and at the same time strengthen the movement inside China in places such as Tibet and Xinjiang. China has suppressed the movement. If they can liberate Taiwan there, the fire of their movement will burn more and the monopoly China will be shattered, as was the case in Russia. So it is conceivable that this coronavirus was created to destroy the economic condition of developed countries, including the United States, because of this act of the United States. You will be surprised to hear that coronavirus is a really man-made virus. The first coronavirus was created in 2015 in a lab in the United States. An American scientist by the name of Dr. R. Barshik discovered this coronavirus in a lab. When the coronavirus is created, there is a riot among worldwide scientists, some looking at it positively and some looking at it badly. The doctor who made the coronavirus said, "I didn't make it for humans, I made it for animals." But scientists from all over the world were associated with that lab. That is, Chinese scientists were also there. It can copy everything from vegetables to eggs to rice, meaning it can make number two things. There is nothing in the world that China cannot copy. That is, the coronavirus that was created in the US lab in 2015. It was a lot of travel for China to copy. I don't think so, but what do you think? You can let me know by commenting. In other words, China, what is that virus? Revenge made in his lab was spread all over the world. But a big question remains. We all know that the Sino-US conflict over trade and power is nothing new to them. China has long sought to overthrow the United States and rule the world. So first of all, according to that source, in the first week of November 2019, a man was admitted to Wuhan hospital in China with an unknown disease. The doctor at that hospital, Dr. Li Wenlian, preached to the media to warn everyone about the coronavirus, when a screenshot of his message went viral on social media. The Chinese government accused him of spreading rumors, so he forbade her to say anything about it. Poor doctor could not finish the coronavirus or save his own life. About a month later, the doctor died of the coronavirus. That's when the question arose over China. Why didn't China not to tell the media about the coronavirus? Then he told the doctor to keep quiet, thinking that China's plan will not be implemented. The doctor finished so that the plan would not be ruined. The big question remains, but for everyone, China. The Chinese are very violent as a nation. There is nothing they cannot do to fulfill their own interests. Snakes, frogs, rats, bats, octopus, these kinds of animals have not been eaten by the Chinese since today. The Chinese have been eating these animals for almost 50 years. Then, why the sudden infestation of the virus? If there was a nuisance, it could have happened much earlier. Needless to say, even in China, a contagious disease called SARS virus in 2002 spread all over the world. One thing that proves from this is that this thing is actually a virus made in China. Whenever the Chinese are desperate for self-interest, they spread such a virus all over the world. Scientists never feared that a virus could spread from such animals, so it can be said that it was a conspiracy. China is known as the secret country in the world. This China hides itself completely from the world. They do not use Facebook or Google. China has always kept its activities secret. People around the world are using Google Chrome to search, but China is still using the browser they made. Surprisingly, 1.5 million people in the world are using WhatsApp, but China is using its own WeChat. Amazon is the world's largest shopping site, but China has created Alibaba to counter it. The Chinese did not allow Gmail to enter the country, where they are using QQ.com to send messages and files. Where people in the world are using Facebook, Chinese is using Rearing to stay in touch with people. They are even using Weibo instead of Twitter. People all over the world are using YouTube to watch videos online. But China is releasing a version of YouTube, making their own using Yuki. This country withdraws itself from the rest of the world so as not to know what is going on inside China. But why China? By releasing video footage of this information inside themselves. Why? Spread it all over the world? Why did they show the world that they are dealing with coronavirus? It's just a plan to spread panic around the world, nothing more. China has 9 large states. Wuhan state is where the Chinese coronavirus was caught, being Wuhan the central state of China. The only way to get to the rest of the city and the rest of the state is through connectivity, the Wuhan state. From Wuhan state, more than 5 million people have traveled to different parts of the world as tourists from November to the last week of December in 2019 to celebrate the new year. Here comes a big question. If they travel from Wuhan state, the disease can spread to different parts of the world. Except for Wuhan, the rest of the state are in China. People have gone there too. So why didn't the disease spread there so much? In other words, you have 14 neighboring countries around China. In these 14 countries, as many corona patients have been caught, more than one in USA, and more have died. That is to say, I will name those countries like Europe, America, Italy, Spain, Canada, France, Germany, United Kingdom, etc., which are very good economically and far ahead economically. They have been attacked by coronavirus. So is it pre-planned in China? To this day, his answer have not been found. China first announced that the virus had spread from a seafood market. According to a Chinese news report, the first corona patient to be caught in China had no relationship with the seafood market. Then came another question. China also declared whether the virus was created by the meat of bats. Bats meat, which is not available in the seafood market, has also leaked from a Chinese newspaper. So, is it pre-planned in China? To this day, his answer have not been found. Now let's talk about business. In terms of business, China has become a place that is next to America in terms of China's economy. China has been growing so much economically for years that it is now second only to the big countries, and for some time now, America's relationship with China has been in a state of turmoil, meaning that in some place China is clashing with the United States. The United States is not accepting it, and again the United States is clashing with China. So this is the crushing situation. Did China want it somehow that America can't find any other way to end it? If it can be ended with coronavirus, but this leads to a big question. What do you think? Speaking of Wuhan city has two big labs. In the lab where such viruses are tested, research is done. A lab is always researching totally bats. According to a secret source, the Chinese government kept robot security in these two labs from November 2019 to January 2020 instead of human security. In other words, there will be no human security here. The security of the robots will guard those labs. What it did, China still has no answer. So, what do you think about that? Isn't this suspicious? Every person in China has an ID card number. If you buy a mobile, you have to input the ID card number. If you have an account, you have to input the ID card number there. You also have to input the ID card number where you are doing business, i.e., you are using social media. You also have to give an ID card to learn. This is how it is made in China, because China can tag every human being. But last seen in a news, according to data from a mobile company in Wuhan state, China, 8 million mobile numbers have been deactivated in last 1 to 2 months. So here comes a big question. 8 million numbers, whose mobile numbers were these? The 8 million numbers that were deactivated at once. Were these their numbers? Those who died of coronavirus in Wuhan state, but China did not share this news with any country. China hid this news with all countries. This is also a matter for us to consider. When the coronavirus first invaded Chinese Wuhan state, why were all Chinese doctors and journalists removed? Where all the countries in the world wanted information about the coronavirus? Why did China refuse to provide information? There is no need to stop any international flight in the world because this virus does not spread from any human. Such twist till January 11 the staff of the World Health Organization did. Why did they do that? It has now been proven how the coronavirus spread from human to human in the terrifying way. So why did the World Health Organization lie? Why were 5 million people sent from Wuhan state to different countries of the world without any testing? The whole world is currently looking at China and the World Health Organization with suspicion. We realized with a little research, this coronavirus could be a move by China and the World Health Organization. The Chinese first developed an antidote to the virus. Then the virus spread all over the world. They have built a hospital in a few days, proved their skills. All this was part of politics. Is it possible to build such big hospital overnight in a week without any plan? So what do you think of Chinese activities? That coronavirus was a premeditated plan in China. Italy is ready for death today, but many have heard of that girl who came to Italy. That girl come from China. The girl who hugged a signboard around her neck. I am not a Chinese virus. Please hug me. Why did this happen? China must answer this. US President Donald Trump has already started calling the coronavirus a China virus. If you look a little better, you will see that the stock markets of different countries have gone down and China is buying these shares. Gold price have already fallen sharply and China has already bought 100 tons of gold. China is now buying things that have dropped in price around the world and selling things that are much more expensive. So in this case, it is understandable how much business China is doing using the coronavirus as a tool. If a country's president visits a corona-affected area, will he go without PPE or personal protective equipment? Because everyone has the love of life. Their Chinese President Xi Jinping visit corona-affected areas without any PPE, reading only a mask. So we can assume that he had already taken the vaccine that corona had in his body. Then he went to visit Wuhan. The great people of the world are affected by corona today. Hollywood actress, Australian Home Minister, British Soccer Health Minister, wife of the Prime Minister of Spain and Canada, Home Minister of Bhutan, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Prince Charles of Britain have all been infected with the virus. Surprisingly, not a single Chinese leader, military or government official has been able to infect an established person with the coronavirus. China has long struggled to become the world's most powerful country. So, today the US stock market and economic situation are about to collapse, which China has been planning for a long time. China knew that it would never be possible for it to dominate America. So he made a plan with the virus, and that is the formula for China's world conquest. You see, about 215 countries around the world are infected with the coronavirus today. But next to the city of Wuhan is the Chinese capital, Beijing, and the financial capital, Shanghai, but has not been infected with the coronavirus. Today, Paris is closed, New York City is closed, Berlin is closed, Rome is closed, Delhi is closed, Mumbai is closed, Kolkata is closed, Islamabad is closed, Dhaka is closed, Tokyo is closed. The world's financial and political center, guys, it's all closed today. But the Chinese capital Beijing and the financial capital Shanghai have not been shut down, and the coronavirus has had no effect. So let's see who lives in Beijing and Shanghai, China. Those who run the country China. The upper echelons of the administration live in the Chinese city of Beijing. So Beijing is now completely open, and let's take a look at Shanghai, China, which manages China's entire economy. Find out who lives in Shanghai, the big business magnates of China, the ones who hold the Chinese economy, the industry, the management, and the bank managers who live in Shanghai. Not there, but there was no lockdown, or there was not a single person infected with the coronavirus. So, don't make friends and show love only in China's one province, and it is ravaging the whole world. Home China responds to destroy the world, just left a sample. Since the blame has been brought on the Chinese government, which created the virus in the lab, it has spread among the people. So the Chinese government has started a kind of business for good punishment. They are sending medical masks, N95 masks, hand gloves, sanitizer, isolation, PPE, medical equipment, etc. to different countries. Then the business with vaccines will start. The whole world is trying to make a good punishment by making it a place of death. The coronavirus is a well-known biological opener in China. Now I will show you 3 video footage after watching, which you can easily understand how the Chinese agents spread this virus all over the world for their own benefit. To date, the top countries infected with the coronavirus are considered to be the largest political countries in the world. Most natively Europe, America, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, Brazil, Mexico, Canada, the United Kingdom, etc. The United States has the highest number of deaths from coronavirus among these countries. The death toll in the USA is 1,71,553, and in second place is Brazil with 1,06,571 deaths. Mexico is in the third place with 55,908 people. These are the countries with the highest tourist crowds and the richest secondary countries in the world. Let me tell you, this coronavirus was spreading in China 6 months ago. The virus was spread by turning agents in one's own country, as evidenced by the first video footage. See how a Chinese woman is spreading this virus. See how the woman is spreading water everywhere with her mouth and sprinkling water with her hands. The truth is very scary. As we all know, person infected with the coronavirus can spread the coronavirus by spitting, laughing, or catching or coming in contact with an infected person. Now look at the second footage. See how a Chinese woman and a Chinese man put their saliva in the elevator. And then if someone touches the elevator, it will be infected with the coronavirus. Now watch the third video footage. See how a Chinese woman is spreading the virus with water in her mouth, scattering around with water in her mouth. The sole purpose of these people is to spread the coronavirus to their enemy countries. Seeing their activities, it seems that they are spreading this virus all over the world by spraying around. Do you still have any doubts that the virus is not made by the Chinese? One more thing, why did Russia, North Korea and Myanmar survive the coronavirus epidemic? Because they were always on the side of the Chinese, and those who have always opposite the Chinese, such as the United States, Italy, Spain, France, Canada, Germany, South Korea, the United Kingdom, etc., have been in a terrible situation. What remains to be understood? Can the coronavirus, the deadly disease discovered by the Chinese, only attack their enemies selectively, pushing the world in the face of terrible danger, or the conspiracy to despair? The truth is never suppressed, and what if this Chinese conspiracy is true? Today or tomorrow, this truth will be revealed, but by then everything should not be over. Watch the latest video movie based on such a story. A movie called Chennai vs. China was made in India in 2014. The story of this movie was that the owners of some unscrupulous drug companies in China discovered a biochemical virus. They then sent a young man named Dongli to India, and the young man goes to India and injects the virus into the body of a street dog. The Chinese young man in the movie had the intention to do this. The virus is transmitted from the dog's body to the human body. Once in the human body, the virus infects one person after another, turning it into an epidemic. At a time when the whole nation is in the throes of an unknown disease epidemic, those unscrupulous Chinese businessmen will continue to say that our company has invented a vaccine for this disease. At the same time, India, desperate to save the lives of its people, will buy drugs and vaccines from China at exorbitant prices. There are many movies in the world from which we get advance messages of the future. Who knows what might not happen? The film made in 2014 was a harbinger of the 2020 coronavirus. In conclusion, we are saying, if China has made this virus and if China has the vaccine for this virus, then China will wait a few more days for this vaccine to reach the people, because first they will let the world's economy be destroyed and let their own economy grow. Then when they give this vaccine to the people, then for the sake of our lives, no matter how big a crime China commits, but we have to buy this vaccine from China, and after this vaccine is pushed into the body, only the creator knows what the next body condition will be. In fact, we can't say anything about what will happen next. Everyone will have a request. How do you like the video? Let me know in the comment box. You can also let me know in the comment box what you think of my 20 points, or if you have any other information. Subscribe to my channel to get such informative videos in a new way. Click on the bell icon next to it. I am ending the video here. Bye bye.